This video is brought to you by Trapline Transportation, servicing BC to Quebec, Canada, with regional and long-haul Super B flat deck freight. With Trapline, you can expect fast, efficient, and honest service. Trapline is a new name to the industry with a team that has many years of experience behind it. Yeah, I'm one of those many years. It's pretty cool. It's like the company might not even be a year old, but we have lots and lots of years of experience. Our team will transport your valuable products across Western Canada with the skill and experience you expect and can count on. We want you to be satisfied with our work, which is why we provide open communication channels where we will update you through each process, from arranging a shipment to delivering at your door. At Trapline, your satisfaction is our priority. Head over to traplinetransport.ca and get a free quote right now. Good windy morning. Welcome to Penticton, British Columbia. It is breezy and stormy weather. We're gonna head south out of Penticton up Highway 97. And then we'll make a hard climb up to Twin Lakes and Yellow Lake, or Twin Lake? Yeah, town of Twin Lake, and go past Yellow Lake. So we're almost max weight load, so she's gonna be a bit of work. So climb some beautiful Canadian mountains. I always find this section boring, but I drive it so often because Penticton is my hometown. But I always think that people always think where they live is boring and ugly and everywhere else is beautiful. I remember when I lived in Manitoba, flatland prairies, there's nothing to see. And I was so confused to see tour buses come by and stop on the farmland and look at the farmland. And I'm like, there's nothing to see here. Why are people paying money to take tour buses here? It's just a matter of what you don't know, right? You find the things you don't know beautiful. So I try to shoot a video every now and then in the boring sections that I find boring, but might not be so boring to other people. Power lines are pretty close to the side of the road here. Power line poles. Gotta watch to make sure we don't nick those suckers with the mirrors. Some beautiful fall colors. With this kind of wind, the leaves aren't gonna last long, that's for sure. That car was in my blind spot. Yeah, just the FYI, guys. Blind spots on big rigs. Oh, look at all the kite surfers. Holy smokes. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see 12 of them. Oh, 13. There's more out further in the water. Some nice white caps on the lake today. That's Skaha Lake to our left over there. Kite surfers, quite an one guy just lost it. He just went into the water. Maybe it's a little too windy for them. Looks like he's up and going again. Penticton Airport on our right hand side. Oh yeah, I was going to say blind spots, FYI. Just remember, truckers have huge blind sides. It doesn't matter how right of the way you have. When you're next to a trucker, don't be there. Just don't hang out beside a trucker. Give it a little gas and get past the trucker, or slow down and stay behind the trucker. When you're coming up to an intersection and you think that big rig saw you at the intersection and they're going to stop for you, pretend they're not going to stop. Because we have a huge, huge blind spot behind us, which is obvious, right? And then we have a huge blind spot on our right-hand side, which is obvious. It's actually a fairly big blind spot on our left-hand side. Cars about halfway along the trailer's car disappear, and then they reappear on my side window. So there's a good 30-40 feet where you disappear on me. There's a huge blind spot in front of my truck. I can park my pickup in front of my truck, and you cannot see it from the driver's seat of the truck. Pick up with a canopy. I can park that in front of this big rig, and you can't see it. Now the less obvious blind spots are, well, the A-post. The post between the front windshield and my side window. That is much, much bigger than in your car. You can hide a lot in my A-post. There's a huge blind spot there, but there's another blind spot that nobody thinks about, is my mirrors. My mirrors are huge. If you're going around a roundabout and you go, the trucker sees me, yeah, you might be right behind that mirror, buddy. I might not see you at all. So just remember, the trucker might not have right of way, but he probably doesn't know you're there. And it doesn't matter how right of way you are, the trucker's going to win. Like when you're on a motorcycle. Motorcycle, you give everybody the right of way, because if anyone misses you, you're the one that's dead. Here we go. Let's see if we can get up to speed before this next little hill. Not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. We're not gonna make it. We're starting to climb. Oh well. Got as much momentum as we can. Watch for the bicyclists. Always give bicyclists as much room as you can. I usually try to take half a lane so no car behind me decides to squish between me and the bike. Climbing up at 40 kilometers an hour and losing speed. Quite a nice viewpoint here on the left-hand side. If you're southbound, you can't stop at it, but if you're northbound, it's a good little stop here. Kind of pretty out at, well, any time of day, but I enjoy coming here at night. I usually drive by, stop at the game farm, do a U-turn there, and come back. I guess nobody knows what the game farm is, but it used to be a game farm many years ago. There we go. is a bit of blue sky there. And that's where the wind's coming from. Maybe we're getting some blue sky blowing toward us. That'd be nice. Super B trucker with concrete blocks. It's got to be pretty close to max weight as well. I guess there's lots of turnaround spots over here. You could turn around. Almost be better to make a left-hand turn there. Pull off, do a U-turn, then go back on the highway. Yeah, the game farm used to be on our right-hand side over here. Now all you see in it is some wild horses. Right here was the exit into the game farm back in the day. They had zebras and
in 2 kilometers,
exotic animals.
Right to Highway 3A.
Exotic animals. Welcome to Caledon. Caledon's filled with vineyards. Beside us. They redesigned this intersection last year. Hallelujah. So much better of intersection now. So much better. Doesn't really make a difference going southbound. We used to have 2 lanes.
Highway 3A.
2 lanes southbound here, but now we've got 1 lane. And it's just better. It's just so much better. Because now we have a turning lane. For people pulling onto the highway from 3A.
On the current road.
The current road, Garmin. You don't recognize this as Highway 3A? To turn our 4-way flashers on because we're gonna be slow. Climb, baby, climb. You can do it. People sometimes ask what my horsepower of my engine is, torque, and gear ratio. I'll be honest, don't really know. I know some of the stuff, I have no idea what gear ratio they put in these things. I'm sure it's a fairly low gear ratio because we drive mountains. But I do know my truck has 500 horsepower of torque and 500 horsepower, 1650 torque, pounds per foot at whatever RPM. So I know that, but I have no idea what gear ratio. I'm like, it's not my truck. They just give me a truck to drive. And yes, I always drive exactly the same truck and nobody else drives it. Even when I'm on vacation, nobody else drives it. So I just leave all my stuff in here. When I say all my stuff, I mean obviously none of the valuables, all the screens and cameras and all that stuff comes out, but I leave my bedding and I leave my toolbox and stuff like that. Yes, I'm not coloring inside the lines, and I'm doing that on purpose. Gives me quite a bit more momentum around that corner for this hill. Got a big S-curve over here. We're at the bottom of the S-curve right here, and then we have to slowly curve our way around. Try to draw a S as slow as possible from the bottom to the top. That's what we're doing. So yeah, we picked up this load in Thrums, which is just north of Castlegar. And we're headed to, I guess it's Richmond? Don't even know 100%, I think so. I'm delivering this to Mitchell Island, modern terminal. Anyone that's done any kind of trucking, Super B probably has delivered to modern terminal, Super B flat deck. Now we're coming around the last curve of the S, coming to the finish. I guess the second curve of the S. Dig, 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 dig. Down to 25 kilometers an hour. So 7%, 8% grade. was not a tarp load, which was really surprising to me. Usually this time of year we start tarping everything, so I was quite happy I didn't have to tarp it. I mean, it's extra $100 for me if I have to tarp it, but the job kind of sucks. I'll take it when I can. When they want me to tarp it, I'll do it. The $100 makes it worth it, but I'd also rather not tarp. So the forklift driver put the tarps right at the front of my load on the second tier. You guys are on the third tier, just above the third tier there. One of those loads that you got about a foot above the load, below legal limit, so not one of those max height loads that are like right to the limit. B&B, next right. Okay, we've made it all the way up the S-curves, but that doesn't mean we're done. The four-way flash was off for a little bit. We've got one more climb to go. Uh-oh. Driver breakdown. He's on his phone, okay. Gotta make sure you don't speed through a little dip, and then you gotta go hard on the throttle the rest of the way because it's still uphill. 1% grade uphill here. And right after this driveway, it goes up to 2 or 3%, and it just keeps going up. So we're full throttle. Yeah, we're at 2% grade, 3% grade, back to 2%. You don't realize this is a climb until you're hauling a fully loaded Super Bee on. It's like, oh, this is a hard climb. 4%, 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%. I think 8%. Most of British Columbia highways are 8%. Well, it's gone all the way to 9% here. Back to 8%. So it's kind of fluctuating a little bit between 7 and 9% here, averaging at 8%. Still losing speed. Clouds look really grumpy. Jess said it's going to be heavy rain as I get to the coast. We'll be driving through some heavy rain. Looking on the webcams, all the snow has melted. We got some crazy snowstorms on the weekend. Truckers were chaining up over the weekend. Even Friday evening, I had my buddy call and goes, the boss says you just headed over Anarchist. How is Anarchist? I'm like, dry. Anarchist is dry. He goes, oh, awesome, because on the radio, all the truckers are saying they're spinning out on Highway 33. He goes, I'm going to go around the long way and take the dry pass. It's like, that's a good idea. Kind kind of glad I missed that storm. It's warm enough now that all the snow is kind of melted, and then it's just a rainstorm going through Manning Park in that direction to the Lower Mainland. The rain's supposed to stop at about 5 a.m. tomorrow, so maybe I can unload not in pouring rain tomorrow. That'd be nice. There we go. We've made it to the top. We've got the Twin Lakes convenience store on the right hand side. Awesome homemade pies. If you're into pies, stop here early in the morning. Get yourselves a homemade pie. Twin Lakes store. Didn't realize they rebranded again. Twin Lakes Golf Course on the left-hand side. The town of Twin Lakes is down this road over here on the left-hand side, just right after the golf course. And now we'll drive by Yellow Lake, which can be beautiful under the right weather. Today's weather is kind of miserable, but hey, when you do a daily vlog, we get what we get, right? Always like to just enjoy this lake. We've done a lot of kayaking on this lake. Look at that little tow truck. Little baby tow truck. And we go down. I guess that's a good spot to end the video. Just like to thank Trapline once again. Super appreciate the sponsorship. It's nice to be have a sponsor for the company I actually work for. Super enjoyed working with Sutco for sponsorship for over the last year. Yeah, over a year. Sutco sponsored me for well over a year there, so that was awesome too. Super appreciate that. It was fun working with them. Maybe in the future we can work together again, but I was excited that Trapline was coming aboard because I really enjoy working for Trapline. Smaller company, really good group of guys that we help each other out. It's kind of fun. And the work-life balance is just so much better than some other companies out there. I've heard the horror story from you guys, the work-life balance. I'm home every weekend. Every weekend. It's awesome. Now, if I was doing the Quebec runs, I'd be home every 2 weekends, but then I'd get a 4-day weekend. Like, can't complain about that. Kind of fun. Anyhow, I'm gonna bail out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully tomorrow we get some beautiful blue skies. No idea what my backhaul is tomorrow. I think the boss had some things lined up already, but none of it was guaranteed, so we'll deliver this load tomorrow. Hopefully we get the backhaul right away and don't have to sit around, but we shall see. For now, I am out of here. You guys absolutely rock.